I've got good news for you. Our God reigns. If life feels a little heavy, if your world feels a little out of control, or even if your soul just feels a little stuck, let me remind you today that our God is not out of control. Our God still reigns. And here's what I've learned. We live in a world overflowing with bad news after bad report, after bad things happening, and you don't have to scroll far to find it. Just check your timeline, your inbox, or maybe even your bank account. But the gospel, the good news, is not just a feel-good moment or an emotional escape hatch on the airplane of life. It's actually the eternal truth that shifts everything. See, the Greek word for gospel is euangelion. And back in the day when the kingdom won a war, messengers would come sprinting into the town saying, "Euangelion, euangelion." What he was doing was making an announcement of victory, declaring the war is over. The enemy is defeated, we're safe now, and we have the victory. And that is what we carry. That is the confidence that we walk in, that the war is over. The enemy is defeated, we're safe now, and we have the victory. Now, I just want to pause for a moment because I don't want you just to hear this. I want you to go ahead and say that with me right now. Say it with me. Say, the war is over. The enemy is defeated. We're safe now, and we have the victory. See, this gospel isn't just theology. It's actually your new reality. Because of Jesus, the war over your soul is over. It is finished. It is done. Sin has lost once and for all, and death has been defeated. This means you're not just saved, you're sent. So how do we share this good news? Here's a rhythm that I want to give you so that you can remember how to walk this out. There's just a few things that I want to give you. Number one, speak. What this means is that you're to share your story. See, nobody can tell your story like you can tell your story. What God has done in your life is unique to you. But this is what I want to challenge you with. Your breakthrough could be someone else's bridge to belief. I like to say it like this. Your testimony is your receipt that God is real. What this means is that when you know what God has done for you, you can show up in the assurance that He is real to you and you want to share that goodness to somebody else. The second thing that I want you to do is you can show, which means simply to live with kindness. See, we have too many grumpy Christians walking around not being affected by the gospel, but you have an opportunity to show the goodness of God. Because the loudest sermon you'll ever preach is how you treat other people. The third thing is that we need to seek. This means that we go and pray for people. We look for people and have an opportunity to now partner with them in the things that they may need that God only can answer. Because hearts may say no to your invitation to maybe come to church or to do something else, but they cannot outrun your intercession. The fourth thing I want us to be able to do is to send. This means now invite people into God's presence. Maybe it's inviting them to come to church with you. Maybe it's inviting them to come into the confines of a small group where they feel safe and connected. And then 5, step. This simply means just start somewhere. Start where you find yourself, because obedience isn't about perfection, it's all about movement. So as you pause and reflect today, let the Holy Spirit remind you of this. You are forgiven, you are redeemed, and you are recommissioned. But you're not just a receiver of the gospel, you're a carrier of the good news. So I want to challenge you today. As Jesus said to his disciples in Acts 1:8, you will be my witnesses. Let me say that again and emphasize, you will be my witnesses. It was a command and not a suggestion. And what I found is that too many of us take what was a command as a suggestion or as something optional from God. I want to encourage you to let the joy of your salvation become the story of your life. And may the fruit of Christ's victory in you become the door that leads someone else all the way home.